It's a lovely day in the neighborhood here in South Florida. I'm your host, Virginia Breedlove.
And I'm your co-host, Patricia Hodge.
And we're best known as
Miami International Anchors.
Yeah, that's right. Coming from the bottom of the South. Coming from the bottom of the map. Coming from your backyard. So, I'm wondering what we're going to get into today, Patricia. Do you have a topic for us?
What should we get into today? Drum roll, please. Get your teas out. Get your teas out with what?
Today
How do you like your tea?
I haven't sipped it yet, but I heard that we have ginger tea with brown sugar.
I meant your tea, not your tea.
Oh, you know what? I have so much tea to spill, baby.
So we're going to talk about relationship goals for 2020.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay, wait.
Yes.
My happy face went to a sad face.
Well, we're going to turn that frown upside down with some information.
Okay, because the goals should be making me happy, right?
Yes. They're going to make you happy. We're going to have so many things today to talk about. By the end of today, you will be ready for your relationship goals for 2020.
That's right. So, now
what are your relationship goals for 2020, honey?
You all know I couldn't wait to spill my tea. I couldn't wait to talk about it. I couldn't wait, right? So my relationship goals for 2020 is to work on myself. Now, as a matter of fact, to already have become a better person.
Okay.
So by next year, I should be a better person.
Okay.
I should have a better outlook on things. I should respond better to my life. You know, and when I say my life, I mean the things that it consists of, from the house, the cars, the clothes, to getting my inner being together, especially getting my inner being together. That's right. That's happy news, right?
That's great news.
Working on myself.
Yes, working on yourself is very important because if you don't work on yourself, how can you bring something to a relationship? Whether it's a personal relationship, a family relationship, just anything revolving, because everyone around us involves relationships. That's relationships with coworkers, relationship with family members, intimate relationships. So there can be different relationship goals for the 2020. So I mean, depending on what type of relationship you would like to improve, this segment is for you. So
we're not specifying.
No, we're not specifying.
We're generalizing relationship. You in a relationship. You in your relationship with either your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your spouse, your best friend. Correct?
Yes, correct. Because those are relationships.
That's right. Okay. So again, I cannot have the type of relationship I would like to have with other people, which is being in a relationship with someone and we both have an understanding of one another. We both know how to compromise. We know how to speak to one another. We know how to deal with one another. We know how to walk away and turn the other cheek without getting ugly with one another. So those are the things I need to work on. I would like by next year for all my surroundings that this year, wasn't coming together. Okay. My relationships wasn't coming together. Okay. Because again, there were things that I brought to the table that wasn't allowing the relationship to grow healthy. So this is what I'm going to be working on now, because how can I go into next year, right? And be that if I don't start now, correct? I mean, what do you think? All right, you need to work on yourself today, because by next year you gonna be saying the same thing every year. I'm gonna do better next year. I'm gonna do better next year. But how are you gonna be better by next year if you don't start this year? So this year I'm working on me, so that next year, honey, I could be so happy. Do you know how it feels to be happy? So much joy.
It's important, because if you don't have those positive relationships and those relationships that are flourishing, how can you be happy?
You won't be.
You won't be happy. So that's important to set that foundation for your relationship goals for 2020.
That's right. So if you don't mind me asking,
Yes.
I'm not trying to be all up in your business.
You always are all.
Okay. But you would you like to drink some tea before we start? Let's take some tea. Let's take some of this. Yeah.
Because I feel like you about to get in it.
Come on, let's just.
It's good. It's something. But I'm ready. I'm ready for the question, ma'am.
I like it.
So what do you have to ask me, ma'am?
All right. So specify with me, honey. What relationship? We know there's many, right? But what relationship that you would say, you know what, by next year, this relationship will be improved? What relationship is that?
I would definitely say the first relationship would definitely be the relationship with myself. Myself, so that I can be better. I definitely want to work on being a better me, so that in my relationships I can flourish. Because if you don't agree to the things that you have to change in order to make yourself better, how can you grow? That's like, you have to acknowledge the faults that you have. You have to acknowledge all the things that you did wrong in the relationship in order to bring forth a positive relationship in the upcoming year.
Right.
Because I can say, oh, you know what? It's them, it's not me. There's nothing wrong with me, as a lot of us do. We like to put the blame on the other person. But if you start saying, you know what did I do wrong in the matter? How could I have reacted better? How could I have communicated better? There's a lot of miscommunication in relationships. So if you can communicate better, or at least write down, okay, what could I have done better in that relationship? I feel like that will definitely bring a basis and growth, and definitely set a foundation so that you can have better relationships. Because you can't be something if you're not giving it. You can't say, oh, you know what? I want more love. I want more love, or I want more compassion, if you're not giving that. If you're not giving compassion, if you're not giving...
So you can't receive something you're
not giving. Okay. There you go. And if you are giving it and it's not working, maybe it's time to switch relationships.
Or do something.
Or move on.
Yeah.
Whether that's a family, a friend, a loved one, just sometimes you have to set that boundary to say, you know what? Either I'm wrong in this or they're wrong in this.
But right now, honey, I don't even need to be trying to figure that out, right? At some point, you just say, you know what? It's just not working, honey. It's time to move on. I'll catch you on the rebound. I'll see you later in life. But right now, honey, I just got to keep going.
Yes.
I mean, am I wrong for thinking like
You're not wrong at all, because in the relationship goals for 2020, we will want them to be positive relationships.
Okay.
Whether it's intimate, whether a friendship, whether a family relationship, a relationship period has to be flourishing and has to be positive and has to bring nourishment. So a relationship with let's say a friend. If that relationship between a friend isn't positive, isn't flourishing, isn't growing, would you carry it on to 2020?
You know what? In my next year goals for that question is all my relationships has to be able to serve a purpose.
Yes.
Now, I'm a busybody. Okay? And I like for all of my friends to be on one accord with me. That's funny, right? I know that I'm not perfect, and I'm not claiming to be, and I'm not trying to be all selfish or anything like that, or funny acting. But even though I can be a little funny acting, but I'm not being funny acting. Okay? I would definitely just I would like to. When I get to interact with new people and there's a possibility of us connecting, I would like I'm going to put it out there. Hey, you know what? This is what I'm into. This is what I like. So that the person can know and they have an option to stay or leave.
Okay.
Or, and they stay, that means they're willing to continue to get to know. And vice versa, I'm willing to get to know them too. And moving forward, like on the other end, when this comes to my family, my relationship with my family, I would like to try another approach with them, because sometimes people are stuck on who you used to be.
Is it true?
And you can't grow with them when you're so close. Yeah. Sometimes you have to give space.
Yeah.
And then when you come around again, you cannot expect them to treat you differently because you haven't came around. You have to show,
because they come from it. they get familiar with you.
They are familiar with you.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to become unfamiliar.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I go and I switch it up, you know, I'm switching everything up. My spirit, my mind, my body. You know, I want my soul to be on another road. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like straight,
right,
and not crooked. You know, so I want to work on my relationship with God too. Mm-hmm. Some of us can't admit that. Some of us think that's a little too deep, but I'm serious though. Take it how you want to take it, but I'm serious.
That's another relationship, a very important relationship at that. Yeah. You know, your relationship, how can you give out if you don't have a relationship with God? Because God is love. So in each relationship, you can't deal with the relationship if there is no love there, if there's no substance there. Because if someone really loves you, they're not going to hurt you. They're not going to take this happy face.
Get that one.
They're not going to take this happy face and turn into a sad face. Because if someone loves you for 2020, they're not going to want to see you sad. They're not going. That's not love. If you love someone, if you want to have a positive relationship with them for the 2020, we want positive vibes only for 2020. Only.
Positive vibe only, baby.
And that starts with relationships. That really does.
You know what though? Let's specify more.
Okay.
What relationship you're in that you would like to improve for the upcoming year 2020? Please feel free to, once you see this video, we're going live, go ahead and just write how you feel underneath and, you know, let us know.
Your thoughts and what relationships you guys can improve for the 2020, whether it's a personal, a friendship, just different type of relationships, because that's all type of relationships that you have. So let us know down below.
Yes. You know what I just realized? What? We forgot to tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe, like, tag, share. All of your relationship goals for 2020. And you hashtag relationship goals 2020 MIA.
MIA. And for those that don't know, once again, this is Miami International Anchors. We come in here, reported live from the bottom of the map, South Florida, to let you know about things that you talk with your friends. You have we're here to just break barriers with the people in this world today. You know, because we don't want you to feel that, you know, you just need to keep everything in. Sometimes let it out. You know, whatever's on your mind, speak on it.